This is the amazing story of Pinang, a place few have heard of, but one we will soon be hearing from. In just a few years, Pinang, once a lazy colonial port, has become a major presence in the economic geography of Southeast Asia. Penang's impressive waterfront skyline reflects the newfound power of this Malaysian upstart. Have a look at the geographic location of Pinang, and you will know why big things are happening here. Near the northern end of the Strait of Malacca, opposite the northern tip of Indonesian Sumatra, not far from the southern border of booming Thailand, and off the northeast corner of peninsular Malaysia, Pinang is an economic tiger in the making. It's the anchor of what Malaysia, Indonesia, and Thailand see as a joint growth triangle, a Singapore of the future. Like Singapore, Pinang is an island connected to the Malaysian mainland by what is reputed to be the longest bridge in Asia. Nearby lie several smaller islands, and busy ferry traffic carries people in cars back and forth. Again, like Singapore, the population, now exceeding 1 million, is dominantly Chinese. The tall buildings of modern times rise above remnants of the old Chinese settlement on the waterfront. The rotting wrecks of old fishing boats symbolize Penang's transformation. The fishermen now work in factories. The cultural landscape of Penang's capital, Georgetown, reflects its colonial past as well as its energetic present. When the British ruled Malaya, this was their easternmost and first port of call, more important even than Singapore. They endowed the city with Victorian buildings that still house shops and offices. This clock tower was built in honor of Queen Victoria herself. With British rule came Chinese commerce, and Chinese architecture changed the face of Georgetown. Chinese shops, public buildings, and temples diversified an already multicultural landscape. The skills and accumulated capital of the Chinese were to contribute significantly to the modern development of Penang. As elsewhere in Malaysia, Penang also has a small Hindu minority. South Asians constitute just under 10% of the country's population, but their imprint on the cultural landscape seems larger. Their elaborate temples and shrines dominate many a street frontage. This one in Georgetown had become a bird sanctuary as well. But Penang is part of Malaysia, and it is the Muslim-dominated government in the capital, Kuala Lumpur, that controls the fortunes of this island. While the Chinese population sector is the largest here, the Chinese are not in the position they were in Singapore before that island seceded from the Malaysian state. Georgetown's main mosque is a prominent landmark in the old city, its minarets sounding the Friday call to prayer as a political as well as a religious statement. But pragmatic Malaysian leaders have made Penang a major center for the manufacture of components for the international computer industry. Capital from Japan, Taiwan, Hong Kong, the Netherlands, and elsewhere has come in to transform Penang into a high-tech hub. The Malaysian government has built a major airport and has built technical schools. It also has enabled multinational corporations to establish training facilities to nurture a highly skilled labor force. And so Penang, aided by its geographic location, is developing a skyline symbolic of its status as a growth pole on the far side of the Pacific Rim.